today we're gonna be like taking a look at more of these issues that we have been rising further. So what we're gonna be like taking a look today is back with more of this nightmare with our PC computer, with our PC and our there's starting like more issues that are gonna start rising soon. There's gonna be more problems with the laptop. There's gonna be more ridiculously overheard over some PC dramatically decreasing gameplay due to the low graphics card. I'm thinking like a low graphics card was something like an issue. But anyways, let's take part in some of the discussions that we've been like hoping for like the past 2 weeks or so. And I've been hoping for everything to be like smooth. But that was okay, that there was no significant improvement with my gameplay on F1 2012, and also some few newer games like Need for Speed Most Wanted. Other than that, all the new gameplay series. But I think my frame rate's just not enough to start a Let's Play series. I was hoping to make a Let's Play series. Sadly, I can't. Sadly, I just can't because of the slight lagging. So I'm not able to do any Let's Plays. So yeah, same with 2013 games, like same with the games between 2010, 2009 and this year. And I was ever gonna be like baffled with all this ridiculousness. I was ever overheard of PC issues that no one was able to be ever fixed. So how could someone ever fix a problem when they just can't fix an issue? So who can understand yourself in an unimaginable situation where you can like ever think yourself, where's there gonna be a way to fix this? Well, anyways, there might be one easy way to fix this. It's almost with this nightmare with graphics cards. So I think either a 512 megabyte graphics card or a 256 megabyte card work on a newer game? Well, the answer is yes on some games, but no, nope even with 1 gigabyte of video RAM. So 1 gig of RAM is just not enough. But it's more horrible nightmares than who would ever think. But anyways, we're gonna like talk you. But let's just forget about this for the moment. But today we're gonna be like doing all this about Need for Speed Shift 2 Unleashed. I bought this game for PC last week. It was ever gonna be like super excited about this. It was gonna be like an amazing game. So first off, like I wanted to review this. So what I wanted to say about this all is because first of all, what we can do is we can like start off with this graphics. The graphics is really cool. The driving the car seems to be awesome, but it's just the steering is obviously the same as Need for Speed Shift, but it seems to be a lot worse. Seems to be like worse than Hot Pursuit, but it's still a good game though. It's amazing. That's what I wanted to steer. This also shows in the driving record. There are multiple views that you can change. There's so much in this game I just can't wait to play. So, back with more news! More news is, how could everyone play a part with some more overpowering more under pressures? So how could everyone notice yourself with no better than just one simple step? So clicking on just one simple step is just all simple. Now we wanted to take a look at some more viruses as well. So I found out more about these ransomware viruses. So ransomwares, they're becoming more popular on the PCs. So it's like ransomwares, they just force you to like pay for the ransom in order to release the computer for like nothing. They haven't put in too much effort. They haven't put in good effort to like include something. This just asks you to like pay using a money pack, or it asks you to pay using a money pack. It just asks you to purchase a money pack worth $200 at a store. So it wants to purchase using money pack vouchers worth $200 at one of these stores. Now you need to type that in. So you just need to like, if you go to a store, that's actually going to be the fake instruction on how to unlock your computer. Now this is never simple. It's never simple dealing with ransomware. It asks you to just mash. Sometimes I've ever heard about an MBR ransomware, which the ransom doesn't appear on the desktop. On the Windows, when you log in the desktop, it loads up when you start your computer. And it just asks you just to pay. For example, I've seen one variant of the MBR ransomware that was entirely written in Russian language, and it asks you to pay 600 rubles in order to gain a website. If you go there, it's just going to ask you to pay 600 Russian rubles, and then it's going to get you a code, and you won't be able to get to your desktop. But for dealing with such cases of ransomware, what you need is a CD that is able to fix all these problems, like Hiren's Boot CD or Ultimate Boot CD for Win, Ultimate Boot CD for Win. It's boot in there, and then you can like go back into you can use a software that will allow you like to remove the software, to rewrite the master boot record. But if you're using Vistal 7, then you can use the setup, and you can use a setup disk to repair the master boot record. Once you've done that, you're gonna have to boot to something that can boot to a Windows operating system that can keep your data, so you can then go ahead and remove the culprit from the computer. Remove the culprit file from the computer, and then you can restart, and then the system will work just like normal. Same with the ransomwares. You can't use your computer, such as you can't open Task Manager. You obviously just can't open Task Manager. You can't open anything. You just can't open any software. You can't open anything that will kill off the ransomware. It won't just take you to your desktop. You need something completely different. You're gonna certainly need you're gonna certainly need something that's gonna try and eliminate ransomware. So what it's gonna do, is you can start up in safe mode, and sometimes if you like start up in safe mode with networking, the ransom is also gonna run again, and there is just no way that you can ever run this ransomware. But there is one way that you can get around it. Is you can start up in safe mode with command prompt, which is going to start safe mode with just the command prompt. So make sure you're logged in under the account which you got the ransomware. Make sure you're logged in, and the account must be an administrator, obviously. Use safe mode, and then the command prompt will open up, and what you just do is just type in explorer.exe to bring the desktop, and then after that you just exit out of the command prompt, and your desktop will appear just like in normal safe mode. Then you just go to web browser and download a reputable antivirus software, just like with Malwarebytes, and then you can use that like to scan the software and remove the ransomware. And then it's just remove that, and then after that just restart your computer and your desktop should be back to normal. So it's just restart your computer and your desktop and your program is just back to normal. Now another way what I've noticed is people using the recovery option by pressing like F11 or something like that. But the bad thing about recovery is it destroys everything on your hard drive. It's just basically destroys everything on your hard drive. So it's better to use recovery only as last resort if all other options have failed. Use recovery after all other options have failed. So if you want to use recovery, then you'll need to create a backup on your computer during the time before you got, at any point before you got the ransomware on your computer, because sometimes some ransomwares, they hide so well that it's near impossible to remove the software using an antivirus. Even a good antivirus software scanner is not going to do so. Also, be careful when you're downloading. Also, another news with viruses, be careful when downloading torrents off the internet. This is because some of them, they contain viruses in them, and sometimes they might infect your computer with like malware or rootkits or trojans. So sometimes some trojan, because some of the files, many of these files, they contain cracks in them. And cracks, these are like bypass the product key activation, and in which they ask you for a product key though. And sometimes the case of infecting the PC is also going to be helped with like infection of with the assistance of keygens. So keygens, they're very similar like code generators. And code generators, and many keygens. So the keygens, they've got to be the same like with cracks, but the crack software. But keygens, they generate serial numbers. So they obviously generate serial numbers. They generate serial numbers. And then when you click on generate, you just have to copy and paste all these files, and then that can obviously turn into a nightmare because keygens, they can become infected with viruses, and they can become infected with viruses, and you can then get yourself infected with malware, or possibly a rootkit or a trojan as well. So getting infected with one of those is not a good idea. It's because if you just get infected with all these files, then your compute, then you're actually in big trouble. You're in big trouble after you've been infected by a file. So after your computer's been infected, what you do? Just recover on your computer, or just use antivirus, or just use normal antivirus software. Well, you should. That's your own choice. That's your own choice. You can use either the software, or you can use also as well some other software that you can earn yourself. You can get yourself from the internet if in safe mode. Better start safe mode networking, and then you can then get all these software. Get all this software up and running. So I've also noticed the same issue with GTA 4, the GTA 4 torrent downloads as well. So with the GTA 4 torrent downloads, I've noticed they've been more. The GTA 4 torrent downloads, they are so popularly used. So like, for example, someone downloaded GTA 4 with you've got to do a lot of work in order to download the GTA 4 game, because it also requires you download the Social Club as well, and Social Club is Rockstar Games application that integrates with GTA 4, which will allow and also features an in-game recording program if you have a Social Club account. And then they just with the torrents, you just can't play multiplayer. You can't play multiplayer. This is quite disappointing if you just want to go online and play with other users. But in this case, you can't. It's because the serial numbers is not the original one, so you can't play on GTA 4 with. So you can't play GTA 4 a torrent So you can't play a cracked version of GTA 4 because. Also, in addition to the GTA 4 patch version, so in order with the GTA 4 patch, GTA 4 cracked version. So obviously GTA 4 cracked versions, they just normally tell you to download them for free, or anyways get them to install for free. So it's also just the installation wizard asks you for initial release check. So it asks you for a release check, and a release check seems to be important, but many people what they want to do is disconnect internet access to their computers. So this is purely not a good idea to buy some game to download games because they cost they are worth 8 gigabytes in size, and then it's never a good idea to download these. Also, once you've done that, you've also got to crack the game as well, and you've also got to download a patch as well from their Rockstar Games website. So you also got to download a patch. It's sometimes going to be a demanding idea if you want to and actually the original version that contains 2 discs. So GTA 4, the original one, that contains 2 discs in. Also with the torrent downloads as well, with Need for Speed Undercover, it also contains the same step-by-step instructions. When they download the torrents, they ask you download torrents as well, through that. And then during the installation, one of the parts asks you for product key, and they also make it in a cracked folder. You in a usually make a crack folder in their CD drive, in a ISO file. You need to use like Power ISO or Daemon Tools, and some of these in that software they also contain like patch software like keygens plus the crack as well. Should generate, and you can't copy itself. You can't copy and paste the serial number. You just need to put him. You just have to type in. That's no good in terms of that. So after you press next, then it's going to install the game. Now, once your installation is done, what it's going to do is when you try to start the game, what it's going to do is it's going to ask you for a private key, because the EA servers have actually detected that the key is counterfeit, and I just don't like installing counterfeit copies. And sometimes the designs of the cracks are sometimes made appalling, since you just can't go online and play multiplayer. It's like, if you want to like play multiplayer, you would just need a full game for it. You just need the original of it, not the cracked version of one, because you just can't go and play multiplayer on that as well. So that's disappointing as well. Multiplayer cracks. They've got to be the same. Sometimes they'll like offer multiplayer cracks as well, in order to like offer people to like crack multiplayer in order to gain access to the original multiplayer servers. So, and even their software that also contains punk bustering, which is anti-cheating software. And some people think that using multiplayer cracks, they'll have to like scan their software, scan the hard drive for any of these known softwares, and it just gets them banned from the Punk Buster game, but not banned from any other games. So that's a disappointing story that we had to tell you, but that was in fact actually all this disappointment that we had to tell under all this sadness that we've got to all tell you. Now, after all this as well, I think Well Earned is a long and true story that nothing is going to deserve you better than anyone else. And also, Need for Speed Most Wanted. Everything seems to be like going fine, like the same with but much different with the DLC packs. So don't do DLC packs. The DLC packs, they just cost me a lot of money, so I don't do DLC packs. So that's it.